entire experience has been fantastic. It's been a big blessing to us.
मेरी फीलिंग ये है कि मुझे अल्लाह ने नई ज़िंदगी दी है और ये फोर्टिस हॉस्पिटल के वसीले से मिली।
I'm just overwhelmed about it. I don't know. All I can say is I appreciate everybody on what they've done for me and what they've done to me and the way they have treated me.
Because of my medical background, we've had quite a lot of contact with hospitals in India, and we know of the major players in this business in India. The hospital that came up in front of everybody else was Fortis Group. I want to make a balance of what's going to be good quality care at an affordable price. I think that's what everybody looks for, and Fortis came out well ahead of everybody.
पाकिस्तान के हॉस्पिटल्स में और फोर्टिस हॉस्पिटल्स के लेवल में ज़मीन से लेकर आसमान तक का फ़र्क है। अगर वो इतने काबिल होते तो मेरा ही इलाज कर लेते मुझे जवाब ना देते।
What should be important for people who's coming from other country that here in Fortis Hospital they are ready to receive us and receive us in all the world. I mean, the food is ready for us and they make it the way we want it. It's a suite in where we are now. It's a huge place with all the services, internet services, television, movie, all that thing. You have a 2-bed place. You're very comfortable. Security outside. We cannot ask for more.
After the surgery, he's very okay. I noticed the color disappeared. He eats more. His intake is more, at least ×2 of what he used to take before. Before, my baby doesn't like food, but now, before 7 o'clock, he will start saying, "Mommy, I need food, I need food, I need food." So I will just pick up the phone and call them. They will bring food for him. He's more agile now. He can move about. Before, I used to carry him. You carry him anywhere I'm going, I carry him because of that fast breathing. But now, I am noticing that everything is gone.
When I learned that I needed to have mitral valve replacement surgery, I talked to my American insurance company and told them that I was planning on returning to the States to have this surgery done. But they asked me to consider perhaps having surgery here in India because it would be less expensive for the company and ultimately less expensive for us as well. So my wife and I were a bit dubious at first, but after doing some research, we realized that there were some excellent facilities as well as some highly trained specialist doctors that could do as good a job as anyone in the world, and certainly as good as someone back in California.
We've had quite a number of our high-profile people being treated in this hospital, and I know that they are doing quite well. And the reports which we heard from the Zambian desk is that they have since recovered, they are mended, and they are all right. So the reputation of the hospital is already known to us as an embassy.
A friend of mine came over here 2 months ago and told me what great care that this hospital gave. So that was the reason why I chose to come over here. Now after my surgery, I feel great, I look great, I'm losing weight, and the service and the doctors here are excellent. The service over here is better than the service that you get in the United States. Everybody is friendly. I've had a great time. and it's been a wonderful experience.
I tell you what the difference is related to this hospital and the hospital in Hong Kong is the fact that surprisingly the operation, the whole thing is very cheap. If I went to Hong Kong, it would be 3 times as much as what it costs now. What put me off it wasn't the money. What put me off going to Hong Kong was the fact that there didn't seem to be an upside with what they told you. Everything was a downside. You may get infected. This may happen or that may happen. It really didn't make you feel very cheerful or 100% wanting the operation. I think they meant well, but they was trying to give you a full account of what could happen, as opposed to just mentioning it once, like the hospital did here, and saying, look, it's 99% certain that this won't happen, but there is a chance. So that was a difference with the hospitals.
These scans reveal the brain in exquisite detail. For this surgeon, they are the map he needs to navigate to a tumour deep inside a young man's head. Already bigger than a golf ball, it's pressing on his optic nerves. Blind in one eye, fast losing vision in the other, only a risky operation can save his sight. Yet Thomas thinks only of the future.
This problem cleared means I will be very happy.
To reach the tumour, surgeons at the Fortis hospital in Bangalore use a technique only recently developed. They've made a tiny hole in the wall of the tumour. They're trying to scoop out the interior without damaging the fragile blood vessels and nerves of the brain itself. Carefully, they clear the path to the optic nerve, which has been flattened by the pressure of the tumour. Later, still groggy from the anaesthetic, Thomas tells me he's already noticed an improvement. Your eyesight is better now?
Well,
It's a chance of a future made possible with the most incredible surgery. Through a hole too small even for his hand, this surgeon plans to do a life-saving quadruple bypass. The cut in Adeyomi Adebayor's chest will be just 1/3 of the size normally used for open heart surgery. The mini bypass is so complex that the Indian surgeon is just one of 6 in the world to do it. With the mini bypass, the incision is just 8 centimeters long. The operation is done on a beating heart, a challenge for the surgeon who has to stitch on a moving target, but safer for patients than a bypass machine. For the Fortis hospital in Bangalore, the operation cuts costs. It's at least 1/3 cheaper than a traditional bypass, innovative healthcare that's a lesson for the NHS and a magnet for health tourists. A day later, and normally patients would be doped up on morphine, but Mr. Adebayor's pain is so slight he already has the breath to sing.
Praise God, hallelujah, praise God, amen.
Most patients facing major heart surgery opt for a general anaesthetic and oblivion, but Father Bolmax Pereira will be wide awake. An epidural injection will stop him feeling pain below his neck, but he'll hear every cut and every word. Even for a man of faith, it is an extraordinary test of endurance.
Well, I feel excited about it. It is interesting that I will be awake during the surgery.
With Father Bolmax's chest sawn open, surgeons can replace a defective heart valve. He's with them all the way. Surgeons stop his heart and his breathing. As a machine takes over his blood circulation, the monitors flatline. Perfectly normal for the surgeons, unsettling at times for Father Bolmax. Surgeons at the Fortis hospital in Bangalore believe it's such a significant step forward that most heart operations will one day be done without a general anaesthetic.
Overall, refusal rate by the patients to undergo awake surgery is 4%. So if they understand the scientific advantages, people don't refuse, and as you just now witnessed, they're very comfortable on the table. I didn't even put any music on his ear. He was listening to what we guys were talking about.
An hour later, and because he hasn't had a ventilation tube scraping his throat, Father Bolmax is able to drink a cup of tea and reflect on his operation.
One thing I heard is, this is the heart. So I knew my heart was wide open. I felt nice.
Father Bolmax is already strong enough to start his physiotherapy, an accelerated recovery only possible because he was wide awake. But as he says himself, it's an experience that's not for the faint-hearted.